This is a special one, guys. I know you've seen us different. Should I say the ambience is a bit different? Don't be alarmed. We're still in the studio, guys. This is ELA, and this is a very special episode. You know, where we people keep saying special episode, special, but you know they kind of just throw the words out loosely. But this is really special. You know, we have Mr. Sam himself, the CEO of ELA.
What's going on, people? Everyone all right?
And we have a very young, confident man that I would be doing the most injustice if I introduce him myself. He must introduce himself. So, what's your name, sir?
My name's Socrates Sokwa, and I play for Manchester United.
What a name.
Yo, you see what I'm saying? You think I would have done a good job? Not at all, man. Guys, welcome, man. Welcome. This is really special, and we all know why we're here. There's a lot to say, there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot to share, you know? So we'll just get right straight into it, man. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, all good, man. It's good to be here. They've changed the studio
That's
a
what I
little bit.
said. That's why I mentioned the ambience. I was like,
It looks a lot more homey.
it looks
but,
like I'm in my bedroom.
Yeah, but on today's episode, it's going to be probably one of our most exciting ones. It's the first time we've actually had a ELA graduate on the show.
Yeah, it's funny though. When we started this whole podcast thing, this was the main reason I kind of pushed it.
You did say
let's have kids. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
things happen at the right time, you know, guys. We're finally here. It's finally happened, and it's just amazing to know that this journey and the stories that we're gonna share. It's not necessarily to show off, because I know some people don't understand what it means to share your story. Some people think you're trying to show off, you're trying to like impose your dominance. It's to inspire people. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like ELA has been an inspirational club for a lot of people. You know, then we have a new United signee. Guys, you see the way I'm smiling? I'm a United fan. A massive one as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is going to be extra special. So let's just get right straight into it. Socrates, what a name.
Yeah.
What a name. You know, I'll be honest, guys. If I was signing a player and I saw that name, I'm signing him. I don't care how he plays. No, I'm just like, come, let's sign. But yeah, let's talk about the journey into football. Have you always been a football fan, or just something that dad was like at the age of 3? Oh, I think you should take a extracurricular activity, and you felt like, okay, I'll play football.
When I was a little younger, my mom took me to a local club nearby, and I was just playing, having a lot of fun. Then when I was about 3, that's when I like went to my first football game, and that's when I like fell in love with the game. And then from there on, I've just been playing. Then I found ELA. They developed me into the player that I was today. So yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's actually one of those things where you can see the journey without you saying it and me picturing it. It's like, mom took you to Little Kickers or whatever local club around. Obviously, dad played his role as well in taking you to a football match, or whoever took you to the football match. Doesn't matter. Someone took you there. You fell in love with it. Mom saw something in that. She took you to a local, I guess, club. And then it built from there. It just, carried on from there. And that's really, really great. And now that you're finally in love with the game, now, what was your main goal? Because there's a difference. Some people are like, oh, I want to be a chef, or I like food. There's a difference. You just like eating, or you want to be the one cooking it. So in this case, since you fell in love with the sport, did you think to yourself, you know what? I think I want to be a footballer. At any point, did you think that?
Yeah.
Or is it? At what age are you thinking, you know what? I think I want to kick a ball, like for a profession.
Probably when I was 5.
Oh.
Okay.
Like that's when I started watching YouTube clips and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is like really cool, and I get paid to do this. So,
That's really honest. I love it.
That's when.
That's good. Obviously, in that sense, it now goes back to the fact that you've joined ELA, and this is where I would like to ask Sammy the question. So, now let's say, forget Socrates has joined the club. Socrates is just another player you've never met before.
Yeah.
Never seen him before, of course, and he's joined the club. When you came across him as a player, what was your first thought?
First thought, first thing you see is his profile. I know that's probably just my scout head working or something, but you look at him, he's a tall boy for his age.
Yeah.
You know, he's a tall boy. Then when you get to speak to him and you actually try to coach him, you can tell he's a little bit different in terms of his attention span and his hunger to learn. and his politeness. So straight away he stood out. He was a big boy, even for his age at the time. I think he came 5 years ago. He was probably about around 9 years old, 10 years old.
Yeah.
He was big for his age, and he had fantastic manners. So you're like, okay, this kid's been raised well. Then you're interested to see how he plays, and that came as the time went on as well.
Absolutely. I'm not really surprised with the profile, because that was one of the things. Obviously, I've coached you a few games and all of that stuff there. And I've always said, I remember one time, you might not remember this. I know we were playing in a tournament and I said to you, do you want to play left or right? And you go, oh, I'm both. I'm ambidextrous. And I looked at you like, what is he talking about? And obviously the game went on, you did your thing. And now, just like Sammy said, you just understand now. Sammy's seeing the profile and stuff like that. Has that ever been a thing for you as a child growing up? Did you think to yourself, I think I'm quite a big boy, I'm tall enough? Because coaches do say things, whether they just maybe subconsciously saying it. Did that play a role in how you carried yourself as a player?
Not really. I didn't think of it. I just try to develop myself to be like the best that I can be. So that's why I was just trying to aim like to the highest point that I can. So I never tried to think, oh, I'm bigger, because I always knew at some sort of age it will sort of level out. So I was like, in my mind, let me use this advantage, but know that it won't last. So I'll have to develop my smartness. So I never let it really affect me being a taller one in the group. So yeah.
That's interesting. That's a very good answer. Did you practice before coming here?
No.
I love it. Because it's
very
interesting.
articulate.
It's very articulate as well. And it's just, to be fair, ever since for the longest I've known you, you've never been like very like rude, or should I say even loud amongst friends. When kids are about to play a game of football, there's a thing you always do where you pull your sleeves like this. I know that's like a go-to. The reason I'm asking this is so important, because you see a lot of kids, they have things they do before a game or during a game or after a game. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like a superstitious belief or stuff like that. It's maybe just part of your mannerisms. Is that something that you really hold on to? It's like an anxiety thing. You're just getting ready before the game.
Actually, no. It's just like one of my mannerisms. Like I actually don't think about it. I never really noticed it actually till you just brought it up now. So yeah.
It's interesting, because I do like pay attention to small details. And now in this situation now, Sammy, he's just said, obviously as a young kid, he's not paid attention to these things.
Yeah.
And you as a scout or as someone that's got a club and you want to see the best for kids, of course, the aim is for you to bridge the gap between grassroots and academy.
Yeah, that's our slogan.
Yeah. And at that point, did you then start to see something different about him, because you made mention of his character? And his
so when he first came in, the first thing you see before you even talk to him, like I said, was the profile. Okay, so he's quite tall. Then you actually see his character. You're like, wow, this is a top kid. He's got good attitude. He wants to learn. He's been raised well, like I said. Then we get to see him play football. Okay, and that's the next stage now, because it comes in cycles.
Yep.
Then we see him on the pitch. Okay, you see he's left-footed. Okay, good. There's not really a lot of left-footers. Okay, you see his technical ability. He was comfortable in possession. His passing was short passing, long passing was good. But at that time there, you can't see he's the finished article. Okay, and he was 9, he was 10. You see that he's got the minerals, and that's the most important thing for me as a scout. There might be a player that can come in at 10, run past everyone and score. He's amazing at that time. By 14, he's burnt out. He can't do it no more. So if you see a player and you look at him, what's he going to look like in 3, 4, 5 years? He's going to be a top player. That's what stood out to me for Socrates. More so his game understanding and his willingness to want to learn. But the technical ability has always been there. Technical ability is been there. It's improved. You've been with us for 5 years. Yeah. And we're going to go through it chronologically. I don't want to speak about it too much.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we're at the earlier stages of just like you just finding yourself as a player, as a human being, and as a kid, because you've got family life. Excuse me. You've got your friends in school, then you've got football life. And I can't necessarily, because that'll be an unfair question, but I'm still going to ask it. As a child, of course, other people around you making decisions for you in general, not because they want to live vicariously through you, but because they're trying to make you a better human being. So how have you been able to balance these things while still staying like focused on your goal? Because you know, kids.
Yeah.
I've got kids. Distractions. You know,
Yeah.
play games. You want to do this. You want to do that. So how was helped you as a person just like focus on your goal?
Well, I obviously like have to thank my parents for that, because they were very strict like with timings. Like for example, there's distractions like devices, and like I would have to do something in order to achieve the privilege of having a device.
Okay.
And obviously they used to take away my devices at night, so I get like the best amount of sleep that I possibly can. And obviously if without devices I have to be productive, and I just try and block out all irrelevant things, because I try and evaluate situations before they are being dictated, because obviously at the end of the day you only get to live once, so you don't want to end up making like the wrong decision. So yeah.
Absolutely true. Because that's interesting that you said that, because it's always good. Again, like I said, this is about you also, because you're going to be the easiest person to inspire another 13, 12, 11, 10. Not me. You know, I'm a granddad to these people. They're looking at me going, what's this old man talking about? Do you know what I mean? So for you to say all these things without me giving you a script, that's so important. Do you know what I mean? Because the aim is you've made it. We want others to make it too. You know what I mean? Like you're showing others how it's done and how it should be done. Going to sleep early, having good parents, that's so important. Again, remember, we've not even touched the football side, because these are the bits we need to touch on first. So before people switch the channel or change the YouTube, you know what I mean? We've gotten that message out there for them to take in. And at least they're going to leave knowing that, okay, this is how, wow, this is what he did to get to this stage. Now we're going to get into the football proper.
Just touching on that, I think that the good parent is super example, because even if it wasn't for the football, it's setting up, for example, how his parents told him, you know what, you're gonna get this if you do this, and that's just teaching him how life is as a whole. So you've got to work hard to be given something at the end of it. So that's just taught you about hard work.
Yeah.
Right, and it's quite evident with, obviously you've signed for Manchester United now, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and not just that, you're such a high level student academically. And that doesn't come by chance as well. So, yeah, so credit to you, credit to your parents, how they've raised you. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. That's very important to put there, because, I mean, parents don't get enough credit. But, yeah, this is what we're going to do now, right? So, Sammy, we're here now. We're going to leave Socrates a bit alone to drink some water if he needs to, or go to the toilet and stuff like that. We're going to now focus on the football side. So, the
fun side.
Yeah, exactly. The fun side, the football side. You as a CEO, director, owner, there's a lot of hats you put on, of course. But now you're in a place now where you, again, just reiterating, you then have to make sure that your goal and the reason why you created the club, you need to achieve all your targets and your goals, right? So you're in this position now. So tell us, to people watching and listening, tell us how you then facilitated even getting him closer to his final destination, which is Manchester United.
Yeah.
So how did it start?
Yeah, so there's a big time frame from him joining to him signing up Man United.
Absolutely.
It's like literally about 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe this is one of the best stories we've had at the club, because his development within the club and within him as a young boy has skyrocketed. And that's a credit to his mindset. Okay, so he wouldn't mind me saying this, and I'm sure his parents wouldn't mind me saying this. When he first come, he wasn't the finished article.
Of course.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'd rather a player not be the finished article but has a higher ceiling than be really good and he doesn't really improve that much. He had things to work on. And I think he really started to show his worth around under 12. Okay, and that's when you're like, okay, I'm hearing the coaches are talking about Socrates. I'm coming to watch him. He's scoring screamers for free kicks. One of the games I had to take over.
Serious left foot.
Like his left foot was ridiculous. Like when there's a free kick, I'm like sure he's gonna smash it in. Like
his shot is scary.
He's got a very good shot. He's got very clean technique, and I don't know what it is about left footers. I don't know what it is about kids that are left footed. They are just technically
different.
Yeah, they do, and he's always been technically astute. That's been a given.
Absolutely.
There's things he's needed to work on, no doubt, and we can speak about that, of course. So yeah, around under 12, I think that's when Socrates started to stand out to me as a scout. I think I just left Crystal Palace, gone to Arsenal, or was one of the clubs anyway. That's when I was like, okay, I need to monitor this boy now. He looks like he's going to be the next one. I think even one of the coaches told me, Sam, he could be the next one. So this is around under 12. Well, when do you think you started to... You had a good group. You had Platon who signed. You had Alex who signed. You had, I think, Alessandro in your group. You had like quite a strong group that's been together for a while. Where would you place yourself like at under 11 compared to these boys? And then where do you think you got to that level, or if not better? Like you personally, and be honest here. I want you to be completely honest.
I would say definitely for the first few years, as you said, not the finished article, I'd say I was never towards the bottom of the group, but I'll say I was like an average player.
Yeah.
Someone who never really stood out. But then as I developed further and further, like you said, under 11s, under 12s, that's when I started catching up. I'd say around top 5 maybe.
Yeah.
And then I think as I've developed further and further to what I am today, the 14s, I'd probably say I'm towards more of the top of the group.
100%. If you sign it, I think that's so important for all parents and kids watching this. Socrates around under 10, under 11 was around the middle of the group in a grassroots, a very good grassroots team, but a grassroots team. And you was, like, I'm sure you don't mind me saying that, he was near the middle of the pack. But as time went on, under 12, he, with that same pack, he's gone up to top 5. Okay, and now at under 14, compared to the other boys, you got to say he's leading the pack. Absolutely. If I'm being completely honest with you.
Man, it's evident.
So it's evident. Signing at the biggest club. So, and this goes to all parents and kids watching this. I've said it before, not always the best 5-year-old is going to be the best 10-year-old. Not always the best 10-year-old is the best 14-year-old. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And that's all that matters. So his development is a massive credit to his mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
You wouldn't have got to this level of being top of the pack now. So say it, if you didn't have that mindset. And that mindset comes from when you're 3, 4, 5, with your parents raising you. Hey, Socrates, we're not going to give you this until you finish your studies.
Yeah.
So that's building you up for life.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, that's interesting. It's just interesting to hear from both sides, of course, from someone that kind of oversaw him on a different level, obviously in different to like the coaching side, because of course if you ask a coach that's coached you, they might be slightly biased. Like myself, I'm definitely going to be biased to some extent, right? In comparison to someone that's busy and would have to come in when something serious is happening. Like you said, you started hearing about your name and stuff like that. And the good thing is you never, from my opinion anyway, in my opinion, you never let that kind of sway you and distract you, because there was one time I noticed that, he's probably the strongest in the group, but the difference was you were not like, some people are really flamboyant with it, they're really arrogant. You were never like arrogant. You still would stay there, listen, and when the game starts, and we're like, when he gets the ball, he's gonna take a shot. It got to that point. So, and I know at this point already, you have an idea of what I'm talking about, right? So you already know that. I think I'm getting there. How did you start? How did you take that as a player? Because now you're not 10, you're not 11 anymore, you're not 12 anymore. You're now 13, right? Yeah. 12 going to 13. You start noticing your changes, your hormones, you're growing. You know what I mean? Your shots, either foot, stronger than normal compared to your mates and stuff. How did you, as a kid at that point, start thinking? How did you start thinking about yourself?
Well, I was like, I'm good, but I can always get better. So, obviously knowing that, you just have to keep yourself grounded, working hard, and just have to develop yourself until you're finished. So, yeah, I would just say, I just took it as a perspective. I had to work as hard as possible and see how far I could take it, to the extent of trying to do my best and trying to sign for a good club like Man United.
That's amazing. So, obviously, let's start with London. So, of course, now you are now Socrates. I'm developing. I'm doing really well. What was the first club you got a trial with?
The first one that I got a trial with was, actually, it's a very, very long story on how I got my first trial.
Yeah.
So the first official trial was with Arsenal.
Amazing.
But I got scouted at a game for where I should have played for Ipswich, but however, it was too far from where I lived. But so then then I got recommended for Tottenham Talent ID event, and I performed quite well. And within around 40 minutes into the session, I got pulled to the side, and I got told, okay, so can you meet me with your dad at reception after the training is over? And so we went there. I got offered a trial, but then a few weeks later, Sammy organised a game against Brighton. We put up a good fight. I got offered there, and then in the car journey home, Sammy, I don't know what he was doing, but he somehow managed for me to get a trial at Arsenal.
Okay.
And obviously, I was over the moon, and so that was the first trial of many. So yeah.
Just touching on that. So it was quite amazing that day. Socrates was offered 3 Cat 1 trials in one day.
Okay.
Okay. I think Tottenham initially saw him, and I think they sent the paperwork to him that day. He came to play for our under-13s against Brighton. Came late, by the way. Don't forget. Came late, by the way. Came on the pitch.
That's
and
ironic.
just ran past everyone and scored.
That's ironic.
Okay. And we're like, the guy's looking at me. The coach for Brighton's a good friend of mine. He looked at me like, who's this kid? Where was he? It was the end of under 12.
End of under 12,
yeah. It wasn't under 13. It was the end of under 12.
Yeah.
This game happened against Brighton. Obviously, the trial was offered to him for Tottenham. So these times I'm working for Arsenal now. I'm the lead scout for the 12s to 14s at Arsenal, club that I know Socrates sports. And so Dad's like to me after the Brighton game. He's like, Sam, I need to speak to you. So he's been given 3 trials in one day.
Okay.
So Tottenham's offered them an 8-week trial. Brighton's offered them an 8-week trial straight after that game. They've spoken to me. I think they spoke to the dad as well after that. And after I'm like to the dad, you know what? Give me 10 minutes. Let me see what I can do. I'm gonna give you a call. We've got this long drive back from Brighton now. I've called up the head of recruitment for my age group at 12 to 14 to Arsenal, Danny, top scout, top guy. I'm like, Danny, listen, I've got a top kid. Just trust me on this. Usually you need millions of reports to get a player in, and you need to get him watched by 3-4 people. I'm like, Danny, just trust me. He's a top player. He's a top kid. I'll put my neck on the line for him. We need to bring him in on trial. And this is where the magic happened. So, like I said, he got 3 Cat 1 trials in one day. That's a crazy story. 3 Cat 1 trials in one day.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, it was mental. And yeah, credit to Arsenal and Danny. He backed me. He said, cool, let's bring in the kid. And we needed at Arsenal at that time a left-sided centre-back. Okay, and the speciality that we have at ELA and myself and yourself and people is identifying players where they could be the best at. So Socrates, this is the most craziest story, and this is an amazing part of his journey. For 12 years of his life, he's been a winger, predominantly a winger. And I saw something on him, and I knew for a fact he could go to the top as a left-sided centre-back. So I was like, he's been given a trial by Tottenham as a winger. He's been given a trial by Brighton as a winger, because that's how good he is. He's good. He's been given a trial as a winger, and I don't even think that's his best position. Honestly. I think he's got a higher ceiling, and I'm not just saying that, and I know this for a fact because I was told the dad this. He's got a higher ceiling as a left-sided centre-back. It's probably not the most glorified position. It's not the position you get the ball and you score and do everything, but ultimately, this is the position you're going to have the highest ceiling in. So I spoke to Arsenal. I'm like, listen, we're bringing in this kid, left-sided centre-back. Just trust me. Danny backed me, brought him in. So, yeah, unfortunately, he didn't go to Tottenham at the time. Obviously, they would have been upset. Brighton were cool with it. They were like, listen, if he doesn't get into Arsenal, he can come into us. Then, bam, he started the 8-week trial at Arsenal as a left-sided centre-back. Never played at centre-back before. So, like, it was a funny one. So, they had to be patient. You know, there's two things in scouting. There's scouting. You can scout a player. Like I said, you can get a kid, you scout him, and he runs past everyone and scores. And there's something that's more important, and this is only something that the real top scouts have. It's called talent identification. What's this player going to look like in 3, 4, 5 years? And that's more important ultimately. What's his output going to be like closer to the first team age at 17, 18, 19? That's the most important. So look, Socrates has never played centre back before, and he's gone from grassroots, a good grassroots team, to going on trial to one of the biggest clubs in the world at centre back, having never played there before. So my thing was to Arsenal, and Danny as well, back to me, top guy, like I said, we've got to be patient with him because he's never played here before. Okay, and then after, you can see the minerals in him. He's played 12 years as a centre back, as a winger, so there is still transferable skills because technically fantastic. Okay, left foot, right foot, good. Another thing that he learned from being a winger that he took to centre back, I haven't actually told him this, is he can drive with the ball. If you can get a centre back that can drive with the
ball playing defender.
Yeah, no, but I mean drive with the ball, like actually dribble out of defence. It makes you stand out.
Absolutely.
So he had that trait. I remember his first training session. I went to go watch him. He was fantastic in it. The first training session, he would drive out with the ball. Like, imagine the winger, because he's had 12 years playing as a winger. He's got this attribute that he's developed.
And he's carried
So
out,
he's carried out from the defense, and he's playing passes. Okay, there's things that he didn't have. I'm not denying, but as a 12-year-old boy that's never played centre back, he's not going to be the best tackler. He's not going to be positionally astute.
Of course.
That's normal. You know, so yeah, that was your first trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about? Yeah. How did you feel? How did you feel your first trial went?
I think it went very well. As you just said, the adaptation, it was difficult, but I managed to find a way, and I transferred the skills that I had practiced before, and I just gave it my best shot. Fortunately, it wasn't the turnout, but it was a very, very close call towards the end. And yeah, so it was a very good experience.
That's a good learning curve for you as well, because like I said, in life, you don't always have to get your destination at your first try. Do you get it?
Yeah.
It's like things you build on the way. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I always use food as an analogy. I think food is the best thing you can use as an analogy, because you start with you putting oil in the pan, then the onions, and people, whoever doesn't know nothing about cooking, will look at you like, what is he making? Until you make it and go, oh, that tastes really nice. But that's how it is. And now that went that way for you, did you ever feel down and disappointed, like, oh man, and I gave it everything? Did you feel
Well, I felt a bit upset, obviously, because it's obviously not the outcome. But then I wanted to use that as my drive and my hunger going forward. Because I remember that day like it was yesterday, pretty much. Like I was like, dang, and I just went and I just was working very, very hard until the next opportunity arose.
Yeah.
So basically, with the Arsenal opportunity, obviously I was there working for Arsenal at the time, so it was a long process. I think Socrates just jumped past it. It was
Of course he has to.
I think he was there for about 20 weeks or so. So he went on trial. They extended it twice. Okay, so he came very close, and they even took you on tour.
Yeah.
You played against Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. What was that?
I played
Who was
against
there?
PSG.
PSG. There were some big clubs there. He came very close. Me personally speaking, look, I'm allowed to have my opinion. So if people hearing it and they don't agree with me, it doesn't mean I'm getting on to them. I think Arsenal should have signed him.
Of course.
And I'm not just saying that as the scout that brought him in or someone that I've known him for a while. I watched games that he played. He was good enough to sign. Like I said, there was things wrong with his game. But if this player's never played at centre-back before this trial, these are things we can work on. Ultimately, another left-sided centre-back came in on trial. And it was out of the two. They ultimately went for the other one because
He's a bit more defensive. I guess.
He was a bit more defensive. He was naturally more of a defender.
Yeah.
Not to knock him, but for me, Socrates is better on the ball. He's got a higher ceiling. Having never played centre-back, you can get more out of this player. So this was just part of his journey. This was what led to eventually him signing at Manchester United. But even at that moment there, he's just gone like he's developed a lot in that space of 1 year where he had 3 trials, which I'll get into. I don't think we've ever seen a player develop that much in 1 year, and that's why when you got 2 players, I've been at academies before, where I've tried to bring in a trialist against another player that's been in the system, and you're trying to fight with the coach because they don't want to bring in a trialist that's probably not as good as that player that's been in the system, but that player's been there for 5 years, whereas this player's had no academy coaching, so therefore he's not going to be at that level. So within 1 year of academy coaching, he'll be on that level. Within 2 years of academy coaching, he'll be better than the player that's been there for 5 years. So it's kind of hard to explain this to people that are in clubs, and especially people that are gatekeepers within clubs. You know, because there's certain people in positions that are ultimately going to do things their way. It doesn't necessarily mean it's right, or they've got their own agendas. With a lot of scouts, for example, the gatekeepers maybe so, they have brought in players that they know or they've scouted.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it happens like that all over.
Yeah, and it's interesting that obviously Sammy's touched on something that I think most people need to understand as well. Is like football naturally, not just football by the way, sports. It's competitive. I mean, no one joins any sort of sports and think, oh, I'm just here for a good time and a nice time. No, it's competitive, and everything outside football is gonna still remain competitive because the actual sport is competitive, right? So a lot of times when people bring you into a club or scout you, people want to take credit for it naturally. So everyone wants to be, I was the one that found him and brought him here and he signed. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So what Sammy said is absolutely true. In situations like that, you're going to have that. But for me, what's more important is you never let that affect your confidence. It didn't affect your development. That's so important. Your trajectory is beautiful to talk about. Because I know so many kids that after just that one trial they had with a club that they really like or maybe they wanted to sign with and they had an issue with, I'm like, oh, what are you doing now? Oh, I don't play football no more. I grew up with kids like that. Oh, football, man. It's long, man. It's long. Did you get it?
Yeah.
So then you start to understand that a lot of these people are not disciplined enough. But for you now, you were so disciplined that you've moved on now. You've dusted your shoulders. You've gotten up. You've cleaned your boots. You're like, okay, good. I'm going for the next trial. What was the next stop?
Before we move on to the next stop, I'd just like to say it was absolute privilege to be at a club like Arsenal, to get the exposure into the academy system. First time, it was a very good experience on my behalf, and I was very, very happy with. But obviously, the result wasn't the greatest. But then, as you said, picked myself up, and the next stop was Tottenham Hotspur. So yeah.
And that was 8 week. You said it's an 8 week trial.
Yeah.
And how did that go in its?
So it was a good trial. I played at a decent rate. I had a few standout games.
Okay.
And then towards the end of the 8 weeks, we got offered an extension for the trial. But then my dad and I didn't think it was the correct decision to move forward with the club because we thought that they had seen enough. But of course, on their behalf, their opinion was, we want to see more of this guy. But we believed it was the correct time to move on from that club.
Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting to know when to leave a party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people like to stay to the end of the, you never know what will happen.
Yeah.
But so for you, it's a good thing that you came to that conclusion as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a decision that was made for you and you're like kind of disappointed. And I take it that this decision came from the past and should I say even amazing experience you had with Arsenal.
Yeah.
So they exposed you to something that right now became like a template, what you're looking for in clubs or wherever you went to. And of course, which again, Tottenham is another great club, which they did that for you, but it was just in the right fit, I take it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
hey, listen, that's interesting.
Just a bit of context on that as well, maybe why he got signed or not got signed for Tottenham. There's always so many different variables. So I think just before Socrates went on trial, they signed a left-sided centre-back. Wow. Okay, and they initially saw him as a winger. So they're like, we can't sign him as a left-sided centre-back, but we're trying to get him in as a left-sided centre-back. And I believe you went in as a trial as a left-back.
Yeah.
And you played some games at left-sided centre-back as well, but it was predominantly went in as a left-back. Not his best position, I don't think, to get signed as at a top club. And again, look, they wanted to extend the trial for him because he done well, but we had another trial waiting for him. And I just want to credit the head of recruitment for Tottenham as well for this as well, because they actually offered him an 8-week trial before he went to Arsenal. I took him to Arsenal. He could have been egotistic and just been like, you know
Bitter
what,
about it.
bitter about it. But to be fair, we got a good relationship. I spoke to him, and he brought him in on trial. Again, a missed opportunity for our club, I believe. But yeah, left-sided centre back. This boy is one of the top in the country. Top players as a left-sided centre back.
Absolutely. And now that again, we're now going to move to the next stop.
Yeah.
So you had about two good, amazing. You're one of the luckiest human beings, you know. Your stops have been amazing. It's like Arsenal, Tottenham. So now tell me about the next stop after Tottenham, which was what happened after Tottenham?
So after Tottenham, I had Christmas to regroup, regather, get my mindset straight. And then the next stop was Crystal Palace. Got offered another 8 weeks. I think I was a bit timid and was playing a bit too safe at some points.
As a left-sided,
left-sided centre back.
Left-sided centre.
So
Okay.
because I wanted to play it safe too many times, but then actually the thing that they encouraged me to do was to actually play the opposite, because they didn't really mind. And towards the end of the trial, I think I had a few standout games, such as a game where I think I played against Fulham, played quite well. And then obviously they can't deny the first few weeks of me playing timid, and unfortunately it was a no, but it was another great experience as well.
Oh, that's interesting. And for you, the reason why you were playing a bit timid was, if I'm correct, say I'm correct. If I'm wrong, please do interject. Was because of the first two amazing experiences you've had. You felt like the things they were looking for, you thought, oh, let me implement this in Crystal Palace. Maybe this would keep me here. Is that correct?
Yeah, sort of along the lines of that, because I played timid because I wanted to make sure there was no mistakes made in that sort of sense.
Absolutely.
Because obviously, on those past two experiences, obviously you want, because football's nowadays a game of stats as well.
Yeah.
It's not just, oh, he's a brilliant player.
Yeah.
And obviously you want to make sure you don't want to try the ambitious pass, because, for example, it might bring your rating down, or
Absolutely.
you might not want to engage in that tackle because you might lose that battle, which also brings that down.
Of course.
But then when you're looking back on the film and watching it back, you're like, well, there's nothing too special about this guy. So what's going to happen now? So that is when you have to have that sort of icebreaker, sort of, to push yourself. You say, you know, I'll go out of my comfort zone, try some things, and I'm going to try to perfect it to the best that I can.
Yeah.
And try and forget about those, because once you're playing in the best state that you can, the numbers are naturally just going to go up.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And in this situation with you, Sammy, you've worked with Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
So were you aware of this trial at this point?
Yeah. I've got a fantastic relationship with Crystal Palace, a club that I spent 5 years there. I had 12 signings there from ELA. It's a good club. It's a club that I've got a soft spot for. So spoke to Barry, who's the 12 to 14s recruitment head, and they got Socrates in on trial. I'll be honest with you, I didn't see the trial. I actually didn't get to watch any of it. I think I was away at the time. I was surprised Socrates didn't get signed. I would have thought he did.
Yeah.
But like I said, I wasn't there. Maybe he didn't have the best trial, like he said. Maybe he could have done better. Maybe he didn't fit the system. There's so many different variables of why a player wouldn't get signed. So with that one, I can't comment too much. I didn't see that trial. But with the ones that I saw, for example, like Arsenal, like I was working at the time, for me that was definitely a signing. But football's a game of opinions.
Of course.
You know, like I might be wrong. You know,
Russian
it's
roulette.
just my opinion.
Now we're at a point where you've had another experience with Crystal Palace, and just so people have as well in mind, because your story is unique in such a way, it reminds, and should I say, it's always gonna let people understand that no doesn't mean you failed.
Yeah.
Actually, no means I'm pushing you to the right place. You know, so it's always your what's it called? Your preparation meets opportunity, kind of. So it's one of those things where, because of your mindset and because of things didn't work out, not because of your ability, is the fact that the people there or whoever in those clubs felt that maybe they needed something different. Do you get what I mean? It doesn't mean that, oh yeah, you know, of course you're good enough. That's why we know where you've ended up now. So after Crystal Palace, tell me what then happened after that.
Well, after that, I came back to ELA.
Came back home.
Yeah.
Home time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, use that to develop not only my football skills, but also use that as a mental and also physical way. I improved. I implemented more gym work into my thing to also have the physical dominance on the pitch as well. To add to my profile as well. And I didn't really have a trial for a while, so obviously I was enjoying the game a lot more because I had 9 months of straight Cat 1 development with no reflection whatsoever. So after that, then I was developing, had a lot of academy interest around me, doing a lot of showcase games, and then eventually in the summer, I got another trial.
Oh, brilliant. Before we go to the amazing opportunity you got again, because you're just a guy that kept on attracting amazing opportunities, man. You're one of the luckiest people I know, one of the luckiest kids I know. But it's interesting to talk about the fact that you had a gap from the Crystal Palace experience and you came back home to ELA that helped you kind of rejuvenate and just, put you on the straight and narrow again. And this is so important because a lot of times you see kids and parents, they've gone to trials, and they never take a break.
Yeah.
And that really doesn't help because at the end of the day, you need time to reflect.
Yeah.
Everything in life. Even when you've gone out to work or you've gone out to play with your friends, you need time to reflect. So I would take it that this reflection helped with your development. But before we get to that point, I'd like to ask now, of course, with Sammy, in this case, now that he clearly you can see, he's back home.
Yeah.
What was now your general thoughts about the situation or about him as a player?
So I put him on trial at Arsenal towards the end of under 12. He'd done 8 weeks there. They liked him. Then they gave him another 8 week in the start of under 13s. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. He done well. Then they extended it. So he was there for a long period of time because he showed ability. At times they were going to sign him. At times they won't. It was touch and go. He was very, very close at Arsenal. Then straight from that trial, spoke to Tottenham, Dave, got him straight on trial at Tottenham. So there was no gap. Okay, he's gone straight from Arsenal into Tottenham. But before he was going to go into Tottenham, I had a lot of other clubs that wanted to bring him on trial.
Absolutely.
And because of obviously I got a good relationship with Crystal Palace, and we thought we've got another boy called Platon that signed at Crystal Palace, very close with us because he came from ELA and the family. We thought it'd be good to put him with a friend and go in there. So he's gone from end of under 12s trial 8 weeks to another 8 weeks at Arsenal to extended at Arsenal. Not quite made at Arsenal. He's upset. He's not had time to reflect. Straight into another trial, and that one they've wanted to extend it, but the family and Socrates has walked away. So it's not like it was a definite no. They said, you know what, we're gonna go to Crystal Palace. So no time to reflect there. Straight into Crystal Palace, and then after the boy himself has had no time to reflect. He's gone from club to club, and every club's playing a different philosophy. So he's a bit confused of this coach wants me to play long, this one wants me to drive out. So he doesn't know what the clubs want, and it's not his fault because he's going from trial to trial. So he's a bit confused because every club's got a different philosophy. That's happened now, and I think the best thing for him was that happened because he's had time off. He's come back. He's come to ELA. He's done his little one-to-ones. He's worked on his weaknesses, and I think that year he's gone from. Okay, they might have not thought he was Cat 1. Maybe he wasn't as a left side centre back. Maybe he wasn't. I'm not saying he wasn't, but maybe he wasn't at that time a Cat 1 player at left side centre back. So what? The potential is there. So maybe that year was what was needed for him to move into a solid Cat 1.
Absolutely.
Because after that, he's got 2 Cat 1 offers in the next year. And that's not by chance. He's turned into this Cat 1 solid player now. So that's the thing that I believe these clubs missed out on. He might have not been the finished article. If they were patient by 1 year, not even 2 or 3, which is more important, then they would have got the Socrates that we see next to us that has done fantastic and been offered 2 trials at some of the biggest clubs, contracts at some of the biggest clubs in the world.
That's so important. And that's now, we're going to get to that stage now that you've had your time off from talking to pro clubs and going there and doing all sorts. Now that you're back home, moved on, you've played a few games, you've built yourself as well, you've worked on yourself mentally, physically, and even socially,
Mhm.
you know. So now, where did you then end up?
So then I ended up going to Newcastle in the summer. I was there for around 2 to 3 weeks,
Okay.
and obviously the answer after that was a yes. It was a massive motivational uplifter for me.
How did you wait?
So,
When you heard yes, did you just run to the toilet, close the door, and just sat there and go, "What? Did I just hear yes?" Or did you just be like, "Oh, okay, I was expecting yes anyway." What was it? What was that? Your actual
Well,
genuine feeling?
I found out in the airport actually.
Oh wow,
So
that's dangerous.
so
What?
so
Yeah, go on.
so um so it was a massive contributor to the holiday.
Nice.
But then obviously we were we had to think about this decision because it will be a big decision to move up north with the family, change the location, thinking about the school because obviously to my parents education is very important.
And even to you, education
Yeah,
is important.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
And you have to think about all of this to the account. The school wasn't our personal favorite choice,
Mhm.
I'd say, but the club was great. The experience that I had was great, but then I had to back myself, and my family was behind me with this, and we had the courage to say no to Newcastle. Um, and so that was my experience, but it was a lovely experience up there.
I could imagine.
Um,
Newcastle is one
yeah.
of the good clubs.
Yeah,
I like
people up there
Newcastle.
were very nice. The group was very, very good, but unfortunately, we couldn't take up the brilliant offer due to educational reasons.
Yeah, this is a different Socrates now though.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is this is a Socrates that was on trial at under 12. Now going into under 14. This is a different Socrates. This is where the finished article is coming now.
Yes.
You know, and Newcastle is not a small club.
Yeah.
Newcastle is a fantastic football club with a rich history, and they've offered him 3 years. You know, from his under 14 year to under 16, and obviously you're going to pay for his schooling and the home. They wouldn't do that. These clubs up north would not do that for a player they think is okay.
Or mediocre.
So now
yeah.
now it's coming together. This is their journey.
Mhm.
You know, we've had the adversity, we've had the rejections.
Mhm.
You know, but we're seeing what we knew already at ELA anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
And it's just interesting because now that you're up north and stuff like that, outside educational reasons, of course, deep down at this point, like even Sammy just just spoke about, you now highly believe in yourself because to hear a yes from anything you're doing in life, it's just an indicator and a reminder that you know what, I'm actually good at what I do, right? So for you now as a kid, you're like thinking, oh wow, interesting. And did that in any way make you think to yourself, oh, me and the family have said no, Phew, I'm never going to get a chance like this? Or were you like very confident that, oh, well, you know, I'm going to still get another chance?
Well, the way that I had to take that was, I was thinking, well, I turned it down no for a reason, but this is a foundation base. I know that I'm at a Cat 1 level now. So now, how can I propel and build myself up again to get another opportunity, get another yes, and show as to why my development has gotten me to where I am and why I'm getting all these chances. So yeah.
That's a very interesting way to put it, actually. I'm very, very confident because it takes a lot for someone. I know how desperate the world is. And you as a kid, obviously as a child, you've not necessarily experienced what your dad or mom or aunties or uncles have experienced. It will be so easy for a child to go yes at every chance they get because they've heard no. So it's like yes. And that just tells me that the fortitude you have as a human being, forget you that being an adult, as a child, is really impressive. So now that you're finally in a place that you like you said, you were excited when you heard about the news at the airport. Then at this point, this is where I really want to touch on a bit before we get back to the football. What was, maybe, I don't know who was speaking more, whether mom or dad, but whoever it was, the adult, were they necessarily showing you any emotions of good idea or good, or you know what, never mind, we've been here before, we're gonna get to the next stage? What was that kind of, there's a way you would be around family and the same things
Yeah.
you could see from mom or dad that gives you the confidence. What was the type of confidence you got from your parents?
Well, it was all laid out really logically
Yeah.
from my parents, I'd say, because they gave me reasons for the pros, the cons,
Good.
and they wanted to evaluate it so I could see as well, and that gave me the confidence, and also knowing that I have the support system that I have at home, which I'm very, very grateful for my mum and dad being there for me, especially when I most need them, and being there. That really, really helped me, having the confidence to say no. And as you said earlier, it's very easy to be desperate in a world like this, but having that confidence and support system always helps, and that was definitely um that's like the acknowledgement that I got.
Well, that's
say no.
amazing, because obviously it's important to make, normally you hear the stories and we never hear from the parents' perspective. It's just all about how the kid got signed, great, but we need to talk more about the support system. They deserve a bit of credit too. And this case now, I believe, Sammy, you've heard about the Newcastle situation.
Yeah.
Then what was because again, you're coming from a football perspective,
Yeah.
right? What was the next thing you were thinking to yourself? Were you thinking, oh, they should have taken it, or were you thinking, okay, I get your reasoning behind it?
Yeah, good question, Collins. Because I think they was in the airport. You guys were going to the US?
Yeah.
Where was you guys going again?
LA.
So they was in LA. I was in Miami. So we was both in US. Dad called me. He's like, Sam, I've got some news from you. I'm like, what? And he's like, Newcastle have offered us 3 years. I'm like, no way. Wow, man. Incredible. Yeah, but we're not going to take it. I was like, what? I was like, what? I was like, come on, man. Like, 3 years, Newcastle top cat, one club. And then after he explained it all to me, and I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right. And let's not forget, he's a very educational boy, very academic kid. And look, credit to him and his family. It's a big decision to say no to Newcastle, because they're a great club, and great confidence from him to think, you know what, I can get another opportunity.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it obviously in hindsight it's the right decision, but at the time, if he, for example, doesn't get a club, you're like, whoa, did I do the right decision? Did I make a mistake?
That's true.
But look, man, he knew he propelled himself now to a solid Cat 1 player that he is. He knew we can see in a year how much he changed. Like I said to Arsenal after he signed, I was like, he's not the same player that he was when he was on trial at Arsenal. And I said it to them, like, he's not the same person. And this is what you scouting's about.
Yep.
So I think you've come into the person that you knew you was going to be, and he's like, you know what, I can do this. And and then the next journey is the big one.
Yeah, Before we even get there, I was going to ask you a quick question. So you've eaten fries and burgers before, right? Which ones do you have first? Do you have the burger first, or do you have the fries first?
Have the burger first.
Oh no, man! Come on, you should leave the burger last. But the reason I've asked this, is very simple. It's like, okay, cool. In this situation in life, right? We always have to, when we make decisions, we still have in the back of our mind, have I made the right one? Have I made the right one? Yeah. Still believing in what you believe in, of course, because you know the reasons you chose whatever you chose, right? So now the next journey, which is the real, in his case anyway, he says he eats the burger first. But in your situation, the chips and the fries are like, you know what I'm saying, equally good meal at any point you're having it. It's now Manchester United. Now, talk me through the journey of you getting this opportunity with Manchester United. At this point, you haven't signed yet. So So let's talk about how this came about and what was going through your mind when this opportunity came about.
So they offered me a trial, obviously, but there was one massive problem. I had to go to school.
Right.
And obviously my new school, it was a boarding school.
Right.
And obviously it's going to be quite hard because it's not going to be the same preparation, because it's not like after school I can go to a one-to-one or go to training, and the only games that I'm going to play is school games, and that's not the same level, for example, as to the academy level. So I had to take it upon myself. I was working very, very hard in the gym. I was working very, very hard on the pitch. Every morning I was out there bright and early, and even when the sun was setting, I was out there. Had to make sure I was staying on top of my academics. So working very, very hard. And then the 2 weeks came. And then I could just remember telling myself, you train very, very hard for this, and it'll be a shame to let those weeks in preparation, those late nights go to waste. So when I was there, I just poured like all the energy that I had in there, and obviously the outcome was what I hoped for, what I was expecting, and I was very, very pleased when I heard it. And yeah, that was the outcome. It was a
Yeah.
yes.
I love the way you're gonna be a director one day. But I love the way you just I love it. But for me, I really want anyone watching this to be on that same journey with you for a minute and go, wow.
Right.
So United said, we're offering you a trial. Just talk me through that first 10 seconds. You know, it takes the brain 10 seconds to first be like, whoa, what's happening here? What was that feeling like?
Well, obviously, that feeling I've experienced many times, and this one, it felt different for some reason.
Of course, come on, Manchester
Because-
United.
You know, there was just like a certain aura about it, and I was feeling not overwhelmed, but I was feeling excited. Like
Right.
I was like, I was a bit gassed when I heard about it. So
That's the one.
So obviously I was like, okay, it's a big club, which means big preparation, and obviously there's that famous quote, fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Yeah.
But obviously I had to make sure I had to prepare to pass.
Right.
So obviously my brain was just calculating like the daily regime that I needed to have to successfully get this contract. And yeah,
I love the
That's
way
awesome.
you've put it. Successfully. So you really literally played out the whole situation going, I'm going to get the contract. I like that. I love the
Yeah.
way you didn't go, oh, I'm going to have a successful trial. It's more like contract, which is important. And that's something else I really want you to touch on. Now that you have this mindset that I've worked hard, which I love the fact that you acknowledge the fact that you worked hard, and I'm going to get this contract. On the first day of trial, like let's say trial was going to be at, let me say 3 p.m., right?
Yeah.
It's 2 p.m. How was Socrates feeling? Was he sweaty? Was he pacing about? Was he saying to dad or mom, what do you think is going to go? How do you think it's going to go?
Yeah.
Or were you just talking to yourself?
So what I just try to do, I just try to remember I've been in this situation many times. I've been offered by another Top Cat 1, and I need to prove to these guys why they offered me this trial in the first place. Like, I need to prove and show them why I'm here, why I belong to be here, and why I should be signed. Because, you know, as they say, first impressions last. So this is the first time they're seeing me. So I need to prove that I'm better than all the players they already have. And I need to show them that I can out-better them. And so I just took it step by step. I tried to stay as calm as possible. And I just thought, just let my feet do the talking.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
And another important thing, because it's all about the football side of it now, it's like, what were the things you did differently this time? Because you've had you've had few past chances, right? Great opportunity with great clubs. What was the thing or things you did differently this time?
Well, this time, I made sure I was as composed as possible, as relaxed as possible.
Okay.
And that definitely showed in my performances, because every game was bang on. It just felt natural.
Playing at the back.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So this time I'm used to the position. I've adapted, and now I just went out there and like absolutely smashed it. So yeah.
That's interesting. So now, of course, we have an idea of what happened. You've done this. So at this point, we're going to pause for a second. So now, Sammy, were you not aware of this trial, or it was just something you were not you didn't know nothing about at that point?
Yeah. So I think Socrates going on trial now at Man United and then starting his trial at Arsenal, he's 18 months in the making.
Facts.
And he's turned into this beast. He's confident. He knows how to play. He's played 18 months as a left-sided centre-back now.
Yes.
He's what we expected him to be. So he's come in now, and I knew about the trial, of course, yeah. Super excited for him, of course. And seeing how he'll get on. His first game, he played against Aston Villa. Best player on the pitch. Best player on the pitch.
Can I just stop you there, Sammy, quickly? I remember almost 18 months. I don't know if it's 18 months. You did say something, which credit to you, though. Because you did say, oh, yeah, Socrates is on trial. I think we came to shoot a pod. And you were so sure he was going to get it. So what made you that sure and confident that he was going to sign with Manchester United?
The way he developed, you know, his technical ability's always been there. He's got the frame. Everyone, all the clubs now, all the Cat 1 academies, all clubs that need to play out from the back. So you need a left-footed centre-back. You need the one who's got the profile. He's played 12 years as a winger. He can drive out with the ball. He wasn't the best at defending. He wasn't the best positioning as a left-side centre-back when he first started. That's normal. He's got a fantastic attitude. The two things that you need to improve, defending, you can learn. If you're 12, you're not learning it at 18. You can learn that. And positionally, you can learn. Then he became a lot more vocal. He started telling people what to do. So now he's playing off his right foot. Now he's playing long balls. Couple times he was on trial at Arsenal. He'll make a pass, it'll get intercepted. He'll make that same pass, he'll get intercepted twice. And I give him a bit of advice. And this goes to advice to everyone playing. If you've made a mistake with a bad pass, make sure the second pass is just an easy pass. Build back your confidence. He will take things like this on board. Other players, you've got to tell them 3, 4, 5 times. I started seeing this in his game. He played this game against Aston Villa, best player on the pitch. I swear to God, I'm not just saying that. Fantastic. Obviously, I know the recruitment staff at Man United, when we come up for the signing, they came up to me. I just want to mention the hospitality we received from Manchester United was second to none.
Come on, it's Manchester
United. So classy. Manchester United, the way they treated us, so classy. Before he came on trial, they sent us this email, so professional. We're going to bring him on trial. Was that okay? Of course, we said. He's gone on trial. We've done the signing. We've gone to do the signing. They've fed us. You know, we always like a bit of food. And not just that, the recruitment staff stayed with us for about an hour, just sitting and talking with us. So, sorry, just back to my point. And they said to us, it was after that first game that you played. I don't know if they told you this. Maybe they did. They said for them it was a formality. They knew they were going to sign you.
Yeah.
You know, how much games did you end up playing for them? 4 or 5?
Yeah, something like that.
4 games. But after that first game, they said it to me. We was gonna sign him after that first game. But he's obviously just got to do more games.
Of course.
That's how good he was in that first game, and that makes a relief for me on so many different reasons. Number one, I'm happy for the family. I know them very well. Okay, I'm happy for him. He's come from my club, and I believed in him from Arsenal. I knew he was good enough for that level. Okay, and I knew it was just a matter of time. For someone like Manchester United, are we actually deep in this? Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, to sign you.
One of?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Biggest club in the world.
There you go.
Manchester United, the biggest club in the world, to offer him a contract, to move him to Manchester, to pay for his private school. They don't do this for any player. And this is what we do as scouts. If you meet a player up north, he has to be better than what a local signing will be. So just say they're signing a boy from Manchester, he can't be as good as that level. He has to be better. So they've thought, Manchester United, this massive club, have thought, and they know he's better than that level. He's good enough for us to move him from London to Manchester. And they've got to know in their head, this player is capable of getting a scholar, because they wouldn't do it otherwise.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, I asked them, how many boys have you got? This is what makes this signing even better. Yeah. He's only one of 2 boys in Manchester United's academy that signed from grassroots from London.
Wow.
In the whole academy.
Wow.
Because Man United at 14, with their acquisition scouts and the scouts that we met that take boys from down south, if they was to get a player at 14, they would buy them.
Yeah.
From Cat 3s, like Leighton Orient or AFC Wimbledon.
To develop them.
They've got him straight from grassroots into Manchester United, and he's gone in to be one of the better players. Like, it's a crazy story.
It is.
Like, his story,
Netflix
I'm not
stuff.
just saying it because he's sitting next to me. Honestly, they should do a Netflix series on this. Is one of the best signings in academy football.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is one of the best signings, not because he's signed for the biggest club in the world, one of the biggest
story.
clubs.
I don't think people understand.
It's how high they rate him.
Yes.
They've offered him this much, as in like the years to sign him. They've brought him in. And remember where he started, he had 3 smaller clubs say no,
Yeah,
technically speaking.
yeah.
You know, and it just shows how football is a game of opinions. Everyone has their opinion. Doesn't mean if someone says no, they're right. You know, you just got to always back yourself, believe in yourself, and know your worth. And credit to you to reject the Newcastle one and come into something better.
Yeah, I really appreciate the fact that you as a player, again, like I said, it's like climbing a mountain. You know, some people start to get excited when they see they're only just seeing the peak of it. They're like, oh, I'm almost there. And that's how some people fall back, right? And with you could just see that the way you've been level-headed about it. Obviously, credit to your family as well. Because I'm saying this because it's so important. I've been in places, I've seen too many kids that the difference between academy and them staying at home is the support system, the parents. Do you know what I mean? So whatever you do, of course, I don't have to tell you this. You're a reasonable young man. You're gonna always give credit to your support system, you know. But what Sammy said is kind of encapsulated everything in the perfect capsule. Because the truth is, that's not something you hear every day. I'm sorry. You know, this probably happened in the 80s and the 90s when there was less distraction. So you could take a gamble. Now clubs are so meticulous in how they pick players. There must be something special about you for them to like sign you. And we're talking about the biggest club in the world, obviously, even if I say so myself. You know what I mean? So it's like it's an amazing opportunity for you. Now in this situation, of course, I don't know if you've seen the news. There's some young man called Socrates that got signed somewhere. I don't know if you've been seeing the post. I don't know. I've not seen the guy before, but I just like, oh, who's this young man? I've seen him somewhere before. He looks familiar. Now, were you seeing it from that perspective? Like when you saw a post of yourself, did you go, wait, is this me? Did you have a moment like that?
To be honest, I thought it was AI.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
So-
To be fair.
So yeah, but reading it, it was very nice to see. But honestly, I don't really like to pay attention to that much stuff because there's still a long way to go throughout my career. This is like, okay, cool. Now I've gone in, but this is where the hard work really starts to develop.
Absolutely.
So now I should use this as like a motivation to push forward because this is a very nice achievement. But now I want to strive to get my scholar. Once I get my scholar, I want to be striving to move into the first team.
Brilliant.
Once I move into the first team, I want to strive to be first team player, starting all the time.
That's amazing. So because now we're sat here and you already know, you owe me a very good season ticket. Because that's a Manchester United fan. So because I promise you, I'm gonna make sure I keep tabs. If you don't make it into that first team, I'll come to Manchester myself and ask them to put you in the first team so I can get to watch you. But now I'm so happy because the thing is, as like I said again, being a coach or being around kids that want to play football, you see the difference. You can see the ones that really want to play it and the ones that's just there for like after school club. They're just like, I'm just doing this because there's nothing much to do and my mom and dad want me to do it. The way you speak, the way you carry yourself, clearly that's something you've actually seen for yourself. You've kind of just decided, you know what, I want to be a footballer. There's a difference between a footballer and a football player. A football player is the one that wants to chill and play at his own leisure or her leisure. But you as a footballer now, it goes back to what I was gonna now ask Sammy. So in a situation like this now, Sammy, you're part of a group, amazing story. Maybe 1 in 1,000 story you're gonna get or see publicly in anywhere, right? How do you then feel as a person that, again, like I said from the start of the pod, I did say your goal, your target, when you were creating a club, you thought of moments like this, didn't you?
Yeah. So you know, we created this club to give talented boys opportunities to sign up professional clubs, because all boys growing up, myself, I'm sure you as well, we wanted to be professional footballers.
Yep.
And if platforms like ELA was around, it would have helped a lot of people. So honestly, I said it to the dad as well. The moment I posted Socrates signing for Man United, I got a tear in my eye.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. It was an incredible feeling because I've had him for 5 years. I've seen him go from a boy to a man.
Mm-hmm.
And his family are amazing. And they've always been polite. We've had a fantastic relationship. And he's come from our club as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the journey that he's had with the nose to this, honestly, this is the best signing we've had at ELA. We've had some fantastic signings, but I think at the moment, with all what's surrounding it and how big the club is and what he's been through, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I don't think I've told you yet. I'm so proud of
Yeah,
you,
I,
of what you've done.
Thank you
Honestly.
so much.
absolutely. I am equally proud because I said to someone a couple of days ago when the news broke, I said, "Wow, I have a boy signed to Manchester United," but I'm saying it and I'm laughing to myself because it's like it's surreal. You know, there's a thing, the same things in
Yeah.
life. You say to yourself, "Oh man, or whatever, surreal." Then you think about it again, and go, "Wait, hold on a minute. He's just signed with Manchester United." then you start
Yeah.
to think that, "Oh well, this is actually happened." And I think this is like you said again. We don't need to say this to you. You already know the journey. The work starts now.
Yeah.
The everything else was just like, you know, a dress rehearsal. You
Yeah.
know, this is the final showdown. You know, final countdown, and it's up to you, I would say, in a sense, to now dictate how this will pan out. Do you get what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
why I say you'll be a great director. Now you're gonna be the one directing how this story is gonna end. You know, the other parts is mom, dad, ELA, coaches. They were getting you the equipment, the camera, the
Yeah.
lens, the lights, and all that stuff. Now it's you. Now it's your turn now to do what you need to do. Of course, you're finally signed with United. Now looking back, would you then, if I was to ask you to reflect on some of the things that contributed in your decision making in you picking United, what would be that?
I'll probably say it's a brilliant club, brilliant opportunity footballing wise.
Mhm.
But what I would say would sweeten the deal was the fact how obviously education is very much so valued to myself and my parents. I would say that I got offered to go to a very good school as well. Because due to United taking school very seriously and thinking
Mm.
how education was extremely important, I think that evaluated similar to the values my parents had, and I think that was definitely the tipping of the ice for us. That that just made that deal think, yeah, this is the one, and that is how we're more confident in that move up to the north
Yeah.
of relocating, and because knowing that I will still be able to maintain with a great club up there, but then I also won't fall behind in my education,
Mm.
and I think that was a crucial factor for me.
Oh, that's interesting, and it's just good to know that obviously that this is the reason why United again is the greatest club in the world. The fact that they know what they take very important is because in some situations, not in your case, so many situations, some kids have gone over there. Maybe they've not really done that well in football, but at least they're not falling behind or falling back in education, which is so important. So we have
Yeah.
the balance, which is so great. And if I was to ask you in school, would you consider yourself an A student, a B student, or C student?
Um, this might sound a bit optimistic, but I'd say I think I'm an A student.
Nice.
So I just try with my work. I value it. I take pride in my craft, and that just applies for everything I try and do in life. Just try and perfect everything that to the best of my abilities.
That's interesting. And you've got a name that you have to live up to as well. You know?
Yeah.
Because because I don't know if you've seen some of the comments. They're
Yeah.
like, "What? Oh no, he must make it." So for you now as a child, because I don't expect you to kind of internalize that. Because when I was 13 or 14, yeah, those things didn't they were not that important. But of course, again, you already have your blinders on. I already know because you're so focused, which is so important. Now, what would be some of the greatest advice you would give to kids? Because not just the kids in grassroots, there's some kids that are literally on the brink of signing with a professional club. Doesn't have to be a Manchester United. So the pressure shouldn't be on these kids. Go, oh, I have to sign too, like Socrates did. No, Socrates got his opportunity because of how hard he worked. Now, what would be few pointers you would give to just a random kid that's decided to click on this because he saw Socrates signed with Manchester United? What would be like your advice?
I would say to stay hungry. Remember why you're doing this, and I would say take pride and just work hard, persevere through the tough times, and know that better times are gonna come. Because obviously you need to build yourself up, and once you get to a stage of a signing, that's obviously going to be due credit to all the hard work that you've been putting in, and you'll be seeing results very, very soon. I can assure you.
Yes, that's very, very great. It's amazing words, to be fair. And Sammy, in this situation, of course, again, like I said, coming from the perspective of being able to give people a platform, or should I say, have been giving people platforms to go to the next stage. What would be your own advice as well?
Yeah, so I think if you just saw, I think one of the news outlets said Wonder Kid signs for Man United. You see it? So I think when someone first sees that Wonder Kid signs for Man United, they just think, "Yo, Wonder Kid gone from here to there." Just know that, and he's a testament to the story that the journey for everyone is like this. There's no journey from here straight to the top. So this is the journey. There's ups, there's downs, and the most important thing is how you act when something doesn't go your way. You've got to be resilient. And what a week you've had this week.
Yeah.
You know.
What's happening this week?
He signed for Manchester United on Monday, and I think that
I was thinking something else happened.
Yeah,
so
and how, just talk us through. Like, imagine, I'm sure, but a lot of young kids your age would bite your hand off to sign for Newcastle that you rejected, by the way, and let alone Man United, which is the biggest club in the world. Like, talk us through as a young boy. How's your week been? Like, honestly, like from Monday when that picture came out, like. Tell me about your week, because I've got about 100 messages about you, let alone how many you've got about yourself.
Yeah. So obviously, the build up before, I pretty much couldn't properly sleep. Like, I kept on waking up in the middle of the night. But yeah, no, it was a very surreal moment. Putting pen to paper. I just thought, it's a testimony to everyone that's helped me on my way up. Obviously, a big thank you to the guys at ELA that helped me in my development. Big thank you to my parents for helping me stay grounded, staying calm and collected. It was just a very beautiful moment in my life, and it's something I'll definitely remember forever. But obviously, when I go back to school, I think that's when it properly
know already.
Yeah,
They already knew from before.
Well, I actually kind of kept it pretty quiet to myself because, but when the pictures came
you must
out,
be the guy at school now.
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't try to make too much of it because it's only beginning. As I said earlier, many more years to come, hopefully.
Yeah.
And it's just like the start of my journey. And I just wanted to play it down a bit, enjoy the last few days of school.
How many DMs did you actually get though? Let's be honest.
Are you on social media?
Yeah, he's not really been posting till that day. He posted that picture. Like, tell us about how many DMs you got.
I lost count.
Yeah,
like congratulations, guys.
Yeah, I kind of had to turn off my notifications for the.
It was going crazy.
Yeah, I was on Do Not Disturb the whole day.
I can imagine.
So, yeah.
Can you imagine what it feels like at the age of 13 or going to 14? And your phone is, because I'm talking from my growing up, didn't have phones like that. But it wasn't social media. It wasn't that prominent. It wasn't And for you, I can imagine how that feels. You said two things that I need to ask you more. I need to really ask. You said you were waking up in the night. Of course, I would do the same. But was this before you signed or after you signed?
Before.
Oh, obviously you knew about. You've been told.
Yeah.
A day or 2 days before.
The signing day,
You're talking about the signing day. Mate, you slept and woke up? I will be up the whole night. The whole night I'll just be up like this. Daddy will be like, you sure you're right? I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah, that signing went everywhere. It was on the Sun. Yeah. It went on the Mirror. It went on Goal.com. I even had parents messaging me. They're like, Sam, how did they sign your player outside the transfer window? I'm like, how do I answer this? Like, bro, I was even getting messages like that. I'm like, how do I answer this question?
No, it's interesting because for me, I feel like this again, it's such a massive inspiration for. The thing is, I know, again, I have to remind you that you're in a place where, seen as because you're a child, you wouldn't know the massive responsibility you've got until you become a full adult. And you'll be like, people will come up to you and go, oh, I saw your picture. It inspired me to take football seriously. Then you'll be like, what? So you think getting DMs now is a thing. Just imagine when you sign like the pro contract and you start playing football and you see people coming up to you say, "Oh yeah, I became a fan when you signed with United. I remember when you signed when you're like, what? Do you know what I mean?" So that's a pressure that you didn't ask for, of course, because you're just doing your job and you just wanted to achieve what you need to achieve. Now, would you then say at this moment you already have an idea of how you think things are gonna go for you, or you're not still really sure, you just want to take it day by day?
Yeah. I think personally, I want to just take it day by day, you know, because you just need to enjoy it to the max. And thinking about pressures, in my opinion, it's a bit of a waste of time because you just need to stay calm and cool. And, you just have to cross the bridge when you get to it, because there's no point in crossing the bridge before you arrive, because it's not possible. You can only face it once it's arrived. You can obviously prepare for it, and that's something that I'll stand by. Always prepare for things, but because you practice so much, that's when you should take it when it's there. Don't like rush into things. You need to properly think about things, take it day by day, build it up like a house, brick by brick, and yeah.
What an answer by a 14-year-old boy, by the way. What an answer.
It's been media trained.
By a 14-year-old boy.
So that's
And when I said
yeah.
his mindset is different, I think one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast is people actually see the person behind the Man United signing, because he's not an ordinary 14-year-old boy.
I think moving forward, my opinion anyway, moving forward, we need to do this more with all the graduates, because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a turning point with this. Because I don't want people to think, oh yeah, the only reason they did it is because of Manchester United. No, it's the story for me. Personally, I'm be honest with you, it's the story for me. Yeah. If, for instance, you were signed to Arsenal from the age of 9, on the 9 or on the 10, and then you move to United, it's not gonna be this. It's a great story.
It's not.
It's not gonna.
I think everyone loves that 0 to 100
like I say,
story.
Grass to Grace is such an amazing and it's a beautiful story, because, like I said, Grass, you're very relatable to everyone on the floor. Then Grace, people are looking at you like, oh wow, you're amazing. So it's not about the situation, like, oh yeah, United. Of course, that's the main thing, but it's just you started here and you just went up there, and you literally used the stairs. You didn't use the elevator. You know, some people use the elevator or the escalator. You literally used the stairs. You went this, and you got up there. So credit to you, man. Credit to your family as well. Yeah. Credit to ELA, and credit to anyone that contributed. You know, so it's just an interesting story. Well, before we leave, I would say we've got maybe that 20 minutes to go, really and truly. Yeah, Sammy, do you have anything in mind that you think we've missed out on?
No, man. I think we've hit it all. Just okay, we've got to this point now, and I think it sounds a bit cliche, and you said it already, but the hard work starts now, and I believe in you. I genuinely do. You know, I've placed over 80 boys into professional clubs. I've been a scout for 13 years, working at 6 different professional clubs over 2 different continents. And you have something special. You can get to the top. Don't neglect your studies. I'm sure your dad would want me to say that as well. And you can genuinely get to the top. Work hard, listen to the coaches, and prove everyone wrong that doubted you. 100%. Use that for fire. That's such a good motivator. Use 100%. It. And I think we will see you at the highest level. And I'm confident. Yeah. I think Manchester, we're talking about Manchester United giving you opportunity, and thank you to Manchester United, but they've got a player they've got a player on their hand. They're happy to have you. You know, you're going to add value to them. You know, so I think they're an amazing club. Honestly, man, like that was our first time up in Manchester. I think they were such an amazing club in the way they do things. And I think in that environment, for a player like you that has an amazing attitude, it's gonna allow you to reach that level that you want. Yeah. But one thing I would say, sorry, I'm speaking to you like I would speak to my son, is don't forget all the hype. You're gonna get so many DMs. Your profile's gonna blow, okay? And it's natural, and all young kids want that. And you're gonna get agents in your ear. You're gonna get people in your ear. Stay humble, stay grounded, focus on the job. You have a goal. I see people that are at academies now, they keep posting these little clips, and their kids are trying to be influencers and play for like Cat 2 clubs, 3 clubs or whatever. Guys, just stop all that. Just focus on the job at hand. You're trying to become a professional footballer now. Keep your studies, focus on the job.
Yeah.
Don't try to get caught up too much on social media.
Yeah.
Okay? Because ultimately, how good you play is ultimately how far you're gonna get. You can have no Instagram, but if you play good week in, week out, scouts go to every game. And that's how you're gonna get moved up within the Manchester United ranks.
Yeah.
I think one thing also I'd like to add, I think having a busy schedule, keeping yourself preoccupied
Facts.
as well,
Facts.
I think that helps a lot as well. Like, especially because I will be wanting to aspire to do the best in both fields of my academics and my football. I think keeping a busy schedule will help me ignore all the outside noise and focus on the job at hand.
Absolutely.
So obviously it's going to be difficult, but you know, it's just keep myself busy and work hard, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me personally, I want the last bit to be more of a, like I said earlier, light-hearted. So I'll ask you this simple, just few, not trivial questions, but just simple questions. So you said the school, of course, your school's up north in Manchester, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, the people in the school, or should I say the pupils in the school, are from different works of life. Am I correct? They're not all like football.
Yeah.
Everyone's good. Do they watch football by any chance, or do you have friends there that are interested in football?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so obviously now when they see you're gonna be Ronaldo to them, right? It's like, oh yeah, we have a signed player around us. So of course I already know for you, just listening to the way you speak already, you're already grounded, which is great. So now I'm gonna ask you. You support what club again? Do you support?
Arsenal.
What?
Arsenal.
No, you mean Manchester United.
No, I mean
Get with
Arsenal.
the program. Get with the program. You mean you mean Manchester United, but that's something else as well. Like in situations like that, of course, again, you support Arsenal, but you're playing for Manchester United. It goes to show that in life, it's not where you want to be; it's where you must be. Do you get me? It's like how you work. And who do you look at in the football? Do you watch a lot of football?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's like your favorite player right now that you maybe is favorite, but you still, it's more like an inspiration to you?
I'll probably say I have a fair few, but relevant to me, I'll probably say player in my position, William Saliba.
Okay.
Yeah. So you
that's biased because you support us.
No, that's not biased. As a genuine football fan,
Yeah.
and you look at him,
Yeah. You know, he's solid.
Yeah.
He's solid. I'm
You
just
know,
trying to troll because I don't like Arsenal. Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what I'm
technical ability, defensive capabilities.
He's solid.
Yeah.
have you taken to that left-sided centre-back role now?
Yeah.
Like you're sure of it now?
You've accepted your fate.
No,
I like it.
because before, when he was going to trial, I think the discussion's been there. She's like, should I go back to winger? She's like, play centre mid.
Yeah.
You know, even just before he went to United, Southampton offered him a trial because it was something that you wanted because it was close to your school and stuff like that. And he was even thinking, you know, should I try centre mid? Should I try other dispositions? And I think now you've taken in, I'm a left-sided centre-back. And now just focus on that. Watch loads of defenders in that position.
Absolutely.
And the winger days are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good days are done. I
Winger
like
days
that
are done.
one.
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
The
Alright?
good days are
But
done.
you got to look
I
at it
like
like
it,
this.
I like
You
that.
look at this. I personally believe, as a left-sided centre-back, he can reach the top. As a left-sided centre-back, I believe you can reach the top as a left-sided centre-back, right? Do I think you can reach at the highest level of what you have as a winger? Maybe not, okay? But in the same way of saying that, do I think John Terry is a top centre-back? Yes. Would John Terry be a fantastic winger? No. He'll be a decent player. He might play League 2 if he can. So many players are like that. Van Dijk, you know, so know who you are, know what you are good at, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and then focus on that. Now, as a 14-year-old boy, with the pieces of the jigsaw's coming together, you focus now at 14 and then you push through as just as a left side centre back.
100%.
Okay, Collins might think you can play as a hold-in or whatever. This is just people's opinions in the game. Okay, everyone's going to have an opinion. But I would say now, they've signed you as a left side centre back. I think that's your best position. Focus on it, please.
Yeah.
100%.
The reason I said that is because normally when you get a player that plays should I say, further up the pitch, that then changes position to like something defensive, they tend to use them as a deep line playmaker because you're technical enough on the ball, you can defend and you can pass. So it's more like you break an attack and find a pass.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So that way, they will now say, let's get a traditional centre back. You never know, but it's good. It's a good journey to be on. Just imagine this conversation is happening in a team. You're buzzing because that means you're so integral to the team that they are finding ways to be like, oh, we can't lose Socrates. We can't take him out of the team. We need to find a way to sit. Coming from a coach, the same players, no matter what it is, I'm going to find a way to fit that player in the team somehow. Why? Because you're so good. So that's the level I want you to be thinking. You know what I mean? Think to that level where, how can I make sure I don't get dropped? If I'm injured, then of course, they can't play an injured player. But as long as I'm fit, I must be playing, and that's the mentality really to have. And so that, because you said Saliba is one of your favorite. Now, is that because you support Arsenal or because he's a defender?
Defender.
Okay, defender. Okay, let's move out from defender. So your previous position, who should I say? How many inspirational players did you have in mind?
Well, one for me, I used to watch him when I was like pretty young. Probably say Messi was one, and Ronaldinho and Neymar.
Of course,
They made me like properly enjoy it, and like just trying to study like try different skills that they used to do. Definitely inspired me a lot. So I'll probably say those were probably one of those three that really inspired me.
That's interesting. That's really, really interesting because, of course, those guys were really good. And they had one thing in common with you, like hard work, focus. They wanted to play football, and that's why they got to the top. Do you know what I mean? So, outside England, do you have any teams outside the country that you support?
Outside, I have a few teams, but it's not like I'm fully like locked on.
Oh, no, not locked in.
Like,
just something you have interest in.
Like, I think Barcelona have a very unique style of play. Obviously, you know, how they build up and their team. Obviously, having brilliant young stars such as like Lamine Yamal. It's quite an inspiring story. But it also shows you how young players can also dominate at the top level. Absolutely. And it's also showing how a lot more younger players are getting chances in the top flight of football.
That's interesting. You might be coming up against him one day, you know.
Hopefully.
You remind him that, hey, bro, you're not getting past me. Definitely. Interestingly, now, so I'm gonna speak like you're having a great career anyway. So now you're finally a pro. Now let's talk about like the international side of things. So as a footballer, you know, everyone's ambition most times when they get into clubs is like, oh, I want to represent my country or something at an international level. What country would you be representing if you were to be in that position?
Well, I was born and brought up here in England, and I think that would be the right decision.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's you giving back to the people that contributed in developing you. So that makes sense. That perfectly makes sense.
Yeah, and that's an important year as well, talking about football. So he's under 14 now. The scouts from England are going to start looking at players from under 14 for England for the camp for next season at under 15. Yeah. So he's got a big year. And I think you're just with the profile of your signing, you're going to be on the radar. Absolutely. So make sure you have fantastic games, which I'm sure you're going to do. Yeah. Because Man United is such a massive club. You're going to have a lot of England scouts there. Yeah. So I hope this time next year we're going to play this clip and you'll be playing for England under 15.
Yeah, like the kid that used to play for ELA, the goalkeeper for Crystal Palace.
Luca. So I was actually I saw Luca's game yesterday. He made his debut for Crystal Palace's under 18s at 15. Oh, wow. Played the whole 90. I went to go see him yesterday actually. So yeah, I'm excited to think you might be the next.
Yeah, he's been picked by England as well in the under, I think 18.
Yeah, he done like a camp,
something like that. It's interesting. So yeah, it's great times ahead, man. Yeah, great times ahead.
Yeah, but one last thing, what's in that box?
Oh yeah, I was gonna get to that at some point. So obviously we've been talking about your journey. Some people genuinely still don't believe it. I promise you, they're just watching the clip going, oh yeah, whatever. Like you said, AI,
that's
right?
So crazy though.
Yeah, you said AI at the beginning. Some people saw the clip, the picture. Well, I guess we're here to show you guys.
What do you think? Like, obviously, there's a lot of ELA. You know, his age group at ELA is a very good age group because
Yeah,
they've been together for a while.
Yeah.
You know, players come and go, but that group's been there for like 4 years, 5 years. Like, has that ELA team reached out to you? Like, who's reached out to you from that team? Like, I know Platon you're close with. Like, who's said what to you?
Yo, it's been so many people.
What about from that
So,
ELA team?
From that ELA team,
Yeah,
even people who have like left ELA.
yeah, like who?
Like Dejon,
Yeah.
Malachi,
Yeah,
even them guys. Like
they
I
just
remember
messaging
from
you.
young.
They're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know, put
Like-
the mic down a bit so
Yeah.
I can see your face. No,
Yeah, they were like,
yeah.
they
There you go.
yo, that's a bit crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's just crazy to see. Like I was playing with these guys.
Did
like,
you think at under 11, yeah? Honestly speaking, at under 11, when Matt was your coach, honestly, yeah, that you would be signing for Manchester United.
I wasn't thinking that big, but I knew obviously that season wasn't the greatest for me.
Yeah,
But I wanted to use that season as fuel, and obviously I used that fuel in the correct way. Used that as motivation and desire to push further for big and greater things. And now I put pen to paper for Manchester United.
but did you ever think at that age you'll be signing for Man United? This is like the biggest signing. Like,
It-
I don't understand. I don't think this is a massive signing.
and that's-
Like, I support Arsenal. You guys support Arsenal. And we all wanted the Arsenal signing. But if I'm being honest with you,
Hmm.
this one's bigger.
Yeah, because of the caliber of the team.
And not just that, it's just the whole thing around it. It's
Yeah.
the move, the
Yeah.
signing from London. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like it's
And it's ironic because on TikTok, right, ALA's TikTok, right, someone was messaging in the messages like, "Oh, do you guys do anything up north?" And I was like, "What's he talking about?" But it's just fun now to go. You don't know what to reply to that when they see a news like this. I'm like, wait, actually, they do something up north. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's so interesting. But like I said earlier, before Sammy was asking you that question, it's like we've come to this stage. People still don't believe, and it's natural. That's what we live in a world where people still don't believe. They're like, "Oh, that's not you." We just need to do like so. Show them that. I guess you have to show them
Okay.
what it is that.
What's in that black box, bro?
I mean, I'm rapping. If you can, just take it step by step.
Take it step by step. Show the
Go to
camera
the
what you got
screen.
there.
Exactly.
Nice
So,
black box from Manchester United.
obviously,
Yeah.
as you can see,
Oof. Oh yeah.
The upside. Oh yeah, that's not upside down. Yes, Manchester United.
United.
I'll zoom in into that as well.
Yeah.
ISO on
Alright.
United.
So
you know?
do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I didn't ask you what number is on the shirt because I wanted you to do the unwrapping. Ooh,
so here
cold.
we have.
What's that they give you?
Oh, this is the pen I signed with.
Oh,
So
okay.
here,
Whoa.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, you need to get that framed.
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
cold.
yeah. Wow.
But here,
Oh,
obviously,
crisp.
Oh, number 10.
Crisp.
Socrates,
Oh, my
number
days.
10.
Wow.
Hey, yo, you have to pick it up.
Yeah.
That's
my
it.
days. Wow.
You know what I mean?
wow.
10.
They
Let's
give you the
go.
10.
Let's go, man. I love that. Nah, that makes it all very real.
So when you getting this framed? Huh?
as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put it above your bed or
Definitely.
nice? So you wake up and look around and go, "That's
Yeah.
my number 10."
Yeah.
Did you pick that number or did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
they asked you.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
a little gift from one of the guys there. Very nice guy. Made the trial experience very, very smooth. And it was actually a little gift that he gave us.
Yeah.
To congratulate us, and I must say, very, very nice touch. Very, very classy touch from Manchester United.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
How's Man United been when you've been on trial? Like, how's the process been?
Yeah.
How's the club treated you?
It was very, very good experience. Very, very classy. The boys there were very nice. When I was playing a few age groups up, even they were very nice. So everything was very, very nice. It felt like the right environment for me. I really believe in the philosophy that they have, and I'm just ready to go into that club in January and just play to the best.
Do you have a date? January.
I think something like second week of January, something like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least something to look forward to. You know,
Definitely.
less on the turkey in Christmas if you do eat turkey. Just working towards it.
We've got a couple minutes left, and I don't think we touched on this, and I'm sure a lot of viewers want to like relive this through you. So tell us about the games you played for Man United. So
Yeah.
firstly, you played Aston Villa.
Yeah, so I played the 2011's game.
Okay, so you played kind of a year up.
Yeah.
That's the first game.
Yeah, that was my first game.
Yeah.
Then
You played how long in that game?
I played full minutes in that game.
Full minutes.
So
Left
yeah,
side of centre back.
yeah.
And I must say, I actually watched that game. You was really good.
Mm.
Like you was
Yeah.
really good in that game. Like you looked so comfortable. Like you was Cruyff turning man, left foot, right foot. Honestly, like I was like, what? Like, bro, he had the ball at centre back, and he just like, get off me. Like he's
I love
dribbling past their striker.
I love it.
Like it was like a boys versus men game, and he's playing a year up. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Oh, so his game against
good.
Villa was top. Then who was the second
Yeah.
game against?
Second game, I played with the 16s
So you played 2 years up.
against Sunderland.
Wow.
I came on at halftime.
So they were really testing him here, like
Yeah.
you know, like yo. Thank you.
So I played very, very well in that game. I think my confidence grew within that game, and I made a crucial pass to that eventually led to the goal.
So you got an assist.
So no, pre-assist.
Okay,
pretty
okay,
much.
okay.
But
Okay.
that was really good.
Mm.
Then my third game was with my own age group against Leicester. It was a bit more of a test because it was a bit more of a scrappy game.
Yeah.
But I feel like as a team we didn't perform. But however, I did show a lot of my qualities in that game as well.
Okay.
Then
How long did you play in that game?
I played pretty much the whole game. I got subbed off within like the last 10 minutes.
So you're playing majority of the games now. Like,
Yeah. Then my last game was an under 15s game, so playing a year up against Doncaster Rovers. And due to obviously all the minutes I was playing with restricted minutes. So
Yeah.
I played half the game,
Yeah.
came on and played very, very well. Kept it calm and composed at the back, playing
Yeah.
crucial passes. And then after that, I found out the news, and obviously it was a great drive back home.
Yeah, and can I just actually touch on that point, because him actually getting signed and getting moved to Man United is so big, and you'll be like, why? What are you talking about? So basically, the first ever boy we got signed at ELA to Charlton, he's 1 year above you. He's had a fantastic last 2 years. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not. He's had a fantastic last 2 years. A lot of clubs have been on the radar for him. So a few clubs, massive clubs, have put in a bid for him to buy him, yeah, so as acquisitions. He plays for Charlton. So he's coming to the end of under 14s. He didn't renew with Charlton, and he went on trial at Man United maybe a couple months before you. So he's been in the academy system since under 8 all the way to under 14. One of the best players in that age group. He's got bids from other Cat 1 clubs, and he decided to go on trial at Man United after he didn't renew at Charlton. After he done the same 2-3 week process as you, played games, played up, they didn't sign him. You have come from grassroots.
Yeah. It's testament to your ability.
They've signed you.
Yeah. Testament
You
to
know
your
what I mean?
abilities.
So that is a big move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Because you've gone from grassroots to sign. So a lot of players are going from academy level and not even getting looking. And they're fantastic at academy level. This boy's
Absolutely.
amazing. He's a fantastic footballer.
Absolutely.
So well done, man.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit. Just keep working hard.
Yeah.
Credit to you, sir. Credit to you,
Thank
sir.
you.
And now we've come to the end of this episode, guys. We hope not to starve you guys for too long. We shall be back with probably another graduate, something that will be like from ELA to Real Madrid. That would be great to see it. But for now, this is amazing. Thank you, Socrates. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And until next time, guys, peace out.
Take care, man.